Hey guys, good morning. So this is going to be a multiple part video. Hopefully I'm in screen here in frame. So I have been binge watching Columbo. Columbo is a series with Peter Falk. If you haven't seen it, you've lived under a rock. Now this guy solves all kinds of mysteries, murder cases, and it started in the 70s. But per usual, I try to look for audio systems in old shows. Like in Bosch, for instance, Bosch, you see ohm wall speakers with magnetosh, right? A couple other movies, guys like us, we pick up on this stuff. Like, hey, is that what I think it is? RoboCop, SAE, the whole stack, the wall, all kinds of stuff. So it's pretty cool. But there was a particular murder case, an episode in Colombo, where this got featured as a part of the murder weapon, and it is a ADC Acutrac 4000 turntable. Now, I've heard of these before in the past, but I was mesmerized by how this thing looks. And hopefully this translates well. This is the table I'm talking about. Some of you probably know what this is. Hopefully it's in frame. Some of you know what this is, of course. I have never had my hands on one. So here's a little bit of a synopsis of what this thing is. The ADC Acutrac 4000 is one of the most fascinating turntables ever made. Introduced in 1976, it was the world's first computerized consumer turntable with programmable track selection, a wireless remote control, as far as I remember, using an infrared optical sensor built in its proprietary cartridge. It could detect the silent gaps between songs, letting you select the tracks just like skipping songs on a CD. Decades before CDs existed. So, really cool historic piece. Now, I've been scouring eBay. I've been talking to sellers for the past 3 days to score me one of these. And many of them won't budge. Many have issues. They need to be worked on. This is a piece of eye candy as well. This is something, this is what I love. This is something that is so cool. It has a rich history. It's very unique. It's not something that has been repeated because, let's face it, when the CDs came in, this stuff became completely obsolete. But very cool piece of technology from the early 70s, right? So the day it happened, I just actually bought one. I talked to the seller. They were a little bit up on the price, and now I scored one for $210. So very good shape looking. He did say the arm doesn't work. I have a suspicion. I think it's just a belt that back in the day, I believe these used belt-driven arms, just like my PL707, which I replaced. So I'm probably going to go over this table with you guys in the next part video. It's going to be a multiple part video. I also, this one didn't come with the remote, so I have to find a separate, remote module with the remote control. I believe this works on ultrasonics. It uses sound to communicate with the remote. The thing looks awesome. I think it's one of the coolest looking tables. Here are some highlights too, just for people who are interested in it. It's a direct drive with quartz lock, so that's great. The quartz stable speed turntable is already a plus for me. Just like my PL707, it's wonderful. You will never have speed issues as long as that technology, as long as the tech holds up. You have no issues. The whoa and flutter under 0.03% WRMS. Then we have rumble better than minus 70 dB, programmable playback order and remote control, automatic tone arm operation. Now, here are a couple of downsides. So this is something I need to look into when the table comes here. We will make a video about that. I am no expert in electronics, but I'm pretty handy. I fixed a lot of stuff myself looking at it. So definitely I'm going to do this. Now, here's a couple of things that are concerning to me and possibly an issue with the table that I'm getting. The tone arm is not moving. I already know that. Then it says a stretched or broken tone arm drive belt, spacing an O-ring, which I can fix. I have tons of belts that I can use for that. Dirty switches and connectors. Well, that's easy. We got some deox. We're going to deox this table. Then the optical sensor alignment issues. Now that I don't know. I have no idea how this tech exactly works, but I have to look into this a little bit deeper. And when we have the table, we're going to pull the card off and see what the heck is going on with that. Then here is the worst case scenario is failed logic electronics, which can be difficult or impossible to replace. Then you wind up with a parts table and then it's not worth salvaging. Now, the seller told me the table is in beautiful shape. It does run, it does rotate on speed. The dials work and the buttons work. Some of these tables have a completely dysfunctional, control panel. This panel works. He said, as far as I know, this panel works. It's just the tone arm is the biggest issue. Um, I think this is going to be a great conversation piece. I think it's going to be an awesome, awesome thing to show you guys. I bought it for the channel, but also for my own nostalgia. So there's going to be a part two of this video, maybe a part three eventually, just playing it and showing it off completely when it's done. I'm going to restore it as good as I possibly can. And then we go from there, guys. So yeah, I bought a Accutrac 4000. I never thought I would buy a table like this. Is it risky? Yeah, but it's part of a hobby, man. You got to have some fun. I love quirky designs. I love out of the box thinking. And this is one of those things. In '75, somebody came up with this uh, quirky idea of, hey, and that predates CD. So that's pretty darn cool. Guys, thank you for watching. Keep following, subscribe. It's going to be a fun video, I'm pretty sure. So see you in the next one.